there, thanks for tuning into my channel. Today we would be comparing the gaming performance on Fold5 and Fold6. So I think recently Samsung announced Fold6 and they really told that Z Fold 6 is a gaming device, and they have increased the vapor chamber. They have made it a bit larger compared to Fold 5. So as per Samsung, Z Fold 6 is perfect for gaming when you compare it with Z Fold 5. That is their announcement, what they say. So we will be diving into the games and we'll see how do both of these perform in terms of gaming. So we would be starting with the best game on mobile devices right now, that is a Call of Duty Mobile, and then we'll be going to Genshin Impact, and then at the end we'll be going to the Warzone Mobile. We will not be covering Pubg Mobile because in my opinion Pubg Mobile does not require really the latest phones to play. You can play it on any of the devices, whatever you have. Even it works on a €100 or $100 or 10,000 rupees phone perfectly fine. So let's jump in. So we'll be using the Samsung's game plugin on both the devices, where we can see the perf Z, which indicates the system performance, is turned on both the devices. Now let's jump into the Call of Duty. So as you can see, we can see the system performance right now. Right now, I think both are showing 30 FPS. So let me quickly go to the settings of both, and let me quickly check the graphics setting. So one thing what I would like to let you know that in Z Fold 6, which right now has the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, it basically has the max graphics setting and along with max frame rate, but it is still missing on the older Fold 5, which has the Gen 2 processor. So let me quickly change the setting to very high so that both the settings on both the devices are equal. Now I will go ahead and start a private match, and both are connected to the same Wi-Fi, and since we are going to the private match, it means that the environment is similar. Now I will invite my other account, confirm it. Now why I'm doing this, why I'm going in a private match is as simple as that. It basically gives the same environment for both the devices. So you cannot say that, okay, it might happen that one of the device is having some latency problem or so. So such kind of things we want to avoid. So we will be playing a private match on the same network and same environment. Right now, one thing what I notice right now here on the idle screen where nothing is happening, it's just a 2D and nothing is happening right now. The GPU, the GPU is 6% on Z Fold 5, the older version. But the GPU is 48%, almost 50% on the Z Fold 6, which is a bit concerning, because at least when nothing is happening, I assume that it should be idle. Now let's start. And the GPU suddenly went to 1%, and now it is starting up. And right now, just at the showcase, the GPU, now the problems comes on Fold 5 because the GPU shows 46 and here it is consistent. Now let me quickly go ahead. I see spike on Z Fold 5. The GPU is almost 70%, while the GPU on 6 is around 56%, and it is consistent. So Now it is consistent on Fold5, but here at least I don't see any changes in Fold6. It is quite consistent. Now there is a spike here on Fold6 here, but it is now consistent. But I still see that the GPU performance on Fold5 is really bad. It is already touching 84% when nothing is happening. Now I'll try to play here on this one. And as you can see, the performance on the GPU performance is quite fluctuating on 5. As you can see right now, it is 68%. So I don't know how the optimization is done, but somehow I feel that the GPU performance consistency is kind of quite consistent on Fold6, but on Fold5 it is not consistent. Now let me quickly exit the match. Now what I would like to show you is the max performance setting on Fold6, so which is not available on Fold5. So that is important because I think when I'm playing right now the Call of Duty Mobile, then basically I'm playing on max settings. Let me quickly go to the setting, go to graphics and change it to max. Unfortunately, the max graphics quality setting is not there on Fold5. You have to remember it. Now, let me quickly go and start the match. Quite interesting because I think I'm not sure whether the Activision is going to, or the Team Studios are going to adapt it for Fold5 or give the max setting option. I have no idea, but let me quickly show you. Now, for example, let me pull out the smoke grenade and throw it, so you can see the difference, how subtle it looks on Fold6, but on Fold5 it is kind of very basic. Now I throw a Molotov and see how realistic it looks on Fold6, but it is not so realistic on the Fold5. So that is the difference between on the graphics what I was talking about. Now let me quickly exit. Now as other mobile YouTubers show you the temperature, I'm not going into the temperature details because in my opinion, that number of the temperature, that really is kind of useless for me, because several people are kind of very sensitive. So even if the temperature is quite low, they cannot hold the phone for long. And several people are not so much sensitive to temperature. So for example, I can play Call of Duty Mobile for hours on my phone. Even if it heats up, it does not affect me. So it was, I think this was one of the good tests what we have. Now, let's quickly kill all the apps and we'll quickly jump to the Genshin Impact. We'll do it together. Let's see which one opens first. As of now, interesting. So it crashed on Fold6, so we cannot measure it right now. I'm not sure. It is crashing, so maybe it might happen that this is a new phone and yeah, so that's really interesting. So it is again crashing on Fold6. Okay, we are back into action. I think I just restarted my phone and it was I was able to log in. So as of now, as the problem still persists with Genshin Impact, so basically the CPU percent, if you see here, is around, Okay, now it peaked to 97%, but it was kind of quite stable. But as of now, the GPU performance is worse on the Fold 6. It is almost 98% just on the idle screen, and it is around 95% here. And okay, just we'll wait for a while, and I think it started to load. Okay, then I will also jump inside the game here, so let it load. Tap to begin. So we have both the devices right now in the game. So Fold5 is currently loading. Yep. So the only difference is that here on Fold 6 it is nighttime and it is daytime here. So graphics, I'm not sure. Let's quickly go and match the graphics setting, how it is on both the devices. Graphics and graphics. So we are currently on at the highest setting what anything can provide right now. Only problem is that it is limited to 60 FPS, so we cannot go higher. And yeah, that's it. Now, let me quickly jump here and just go what's happening. So I see that the GPU is consistent at 98%. The FPS is kind of fluctuating a bit. So it was 51% and now it is at 49%. But as of now, I don't feel any kind of hiccups. Everything is running very smooth, and the phone it says that the temperature is 44 degrees Celsius, but for me, I'm not sure. It works perfectly fine for me. I don't have any issues. It might be hot. I feel some heat towards the upper part of the device, to this area, but yeah, that should be okay. And yeah, I mean, video is playing and the GPU performance is 6%. So I really wonder how they quickly, how they have really optimized it well. It immediately came down, and now again it went to 98%. So I think I'll leave it as is, but the FPS is not getting below 45 FPS. Should be perfectly fine for me, because I think at minimum it should be 30%. And now we are on Fold5, and this, to be frank, the graphics looks perfect on both, and I don't have any issues playing on any of the devices. So yeah, looks quite good. But here, what I wonder. Here, okay, now it came down, the FPS came down to 48 FPS, but again, it is still not going down below. But I think on the newest Fold 6, it went below 45, which is so I would say that it is a bit of the fluctuation, because I think the device is new, so the developers did not yet optimize for 6. But in general, I don't feel any issues in Genshin Impact on both the devices. Both the devices can play on the same settings. Now, the time it's time to go to the controversial Warzone Mobile. I say it controversial because I think somehow it was not so best optimized for Android devices, and it was really painful to see that. But if you play Warzone Mobile on iOS devices, it is just quite good. But they have optimized a bit, so at least I have played it on Fold 6. On Fold 6, the settings, I will show you the settings. They have better settings on Fold 6 compared to Fold 5. So as previously shown in Call of Duty Mobile, they have better settings on 6 rather than compared to 5. And the same applies to Warzone Mobile. So here also you have better settings on 6 compared to 5. So in my opinion, they would be optimizing the Fold 6 first and rather than Fold 5. And yeah, definitely they will not leave Fold 5 completely, but definitely it will take some time. So basically on Fold 6, I have logged on with my main account. So you can see all those shiny skins, but this is the new account. So you might not see, some shiny skins. So it is a basic skin. Now, in my opinion, right now, it looks better on Fold 6 compared to Fold 5, but the difference is not so much. It is just subtle. I'll go to the graphics setting on both and show you, and the graphics setting on both. So now the first thing what you will see is the visual quality. Here it is peak graphics. On Fold 6, you get peak graphics. On Fold 5, you get high graphics. That's the max. You cannot go to peak graphics. But here you have peak, high, medium, low, and very low. So that is one of the major differences. Now, FPS is uncapped on both. Resolution is high on both. I think that should be the highest on both. Yeah. And then upscaling quality is high. Shadow quality is here high. I will make this also high. Then anti-aliasing is not here on Fold 5, I suppose, but it is here. So if I choose maybe, okay, I'm not sure, but I'm unable to change this. It says that choose low in upscaling. Okay. So I have to upscaling quality. If it is low, then I can choose anti-aliasing. But this setting is not on Fold 5. Remember it. Bloom is there on both. So I have enabled it. Yeah, streaming data is fine. And then the field of view is 120 on both. Now, I will just go on a shipment if it is there. Yeah, shipment is there. Let me quickly pull out a match and see what's happening there. And in the meanwhile, I will also choose shipment. I mean, I know that the quality on the battle royale part, they have scaled up. I mean to say they have really optimized the battle royale rather than the multiplayer. Multiplayer is kind of okay to play just to grind your guns. So we'll just go and see how it performs. Right now, I see that the GPU is kind of going to 82% on a basic loading screen, and here it is 68%. Somehow I feel that sometimes it is efficient. It is quite efficient on Fold 6. So, for example, in Call of Duty Mobile, it was very well done. Yeah. So I mean, to be frank, I'm not a big fan of the Warzone Mobile. I play on PC, but not on, and moreover, my setting is kind of screwed. So sensitivity is screwed right now. So I don't know whether I'll be able to get a kill. But what I see here is GPU performance is kind of very bad. Okay. Fortunately, I got a kill. So as you can see, the FPS somehow is 30%. I am not sure. Even if it was capped, someone executed me. Even though I uncapped it, it is still showing as 30 FPS, which is kind of, in my opinion, bad. It is just the entry point. So let me quickly. And GPU is around 90%. I don't care about temperature. Looks good, but only problem is that the FPS is really not up to the mark. So let me quickly go to the main menu. Yes. Now here I'm getting hit here and there. Let me quickly jump in. Okay. Now the problem comes here. The FPS started at 28, which never happened at 5. On the 6, I'm sorry. On the 6, the FPS never went below 30. But here on Fold 5, it went to 28, 20, now it is 29. So basically, it is going below 30, which is bad. So, and the GPU is kind of around, say, 70 to 80 limit, which is better. And now it went to 94, which is at least on par with the Fold 6. But the graphics quality is not that great compared to Fold 6. Because as I showed you, here it is peak graphics, here it is high graphics. Yeah, so I think we are through. We just went through the 3 games, and I think you really enjoyed this video. You got the information. My recommendation. So now everything comes down to what I recommend. So my recommendation would be, if you are a hardcore gamer looking for a gaming device, a gaming Android mini tablet, then Z Fold is the best choice. The reason is that it offers the latest hardware, which would be future-proof compared to Fold 5. Moreover, as I showed you, that you get better settings in-game. For example, Call of Duty Mobile and Warzone Mobile, they have higher graphics quality on Fold 6 compared to Fold 5. On Fold 5, and if you're a casual gamer and you don't want to spend that much money, then I think Fold 5 is the go. You can go with this. I think both the devices are quite solid. Both have Snapdragon and it works perfectly fine. It's just amazing. So I would like to thank you to coming to my channel and see my video. So please subscribe to my channel, which will help me boost my morale and help me create more videos like this for you. Thanks a lot. See you. Bye bye.